It's 6:03. The sun is out, looks like a clear sky, and pretty warm already. Bugs were just killing me earlier until I got some deed on. And now I'm still fiddling with my pack a little bit to get things sorted out with that one spare bottle. At one point there's going to be a store, deli thing I can go to where I can plug in batter pat, and probably dump my garbage. So I put them at the top of my pack. I have a half a liter of water, and I got to go a couple miles. Already had a little bit of a drink, just because I was going cuckoo this morning. I don't know when the first real water will appear, so I have to be very careful and not work up a sweat. So we'll double check, get a hook for elevation change coming up. If I'm going up hills or mostly down, if it's mostly down, that's good. Because I don't want to sweat more than I have to. Yeah, I will sweat. And it's tough. Gonna be tough today. 3 potential shelters to go to, like 8, 12, and 20 miles. Gonna try to go for the long one, but again, it depends on water. If I get to water and can really refill my body and refill my bottles, way down the pack, sure, but that's the important thing. Food is secondary. I've got 3 days worth, but I think I was going to go to a hostel either tomorrow or the day after, so hopefully I can resupply at either one of those, which is awfully important. Obviously, if you can't buy food, then trouble. I'm sure there's something that can happen. So, okay, I'm going to get on the ball here, get the last couple things put away, and start hiking. See you later. Water! Oh, I'm saved. Took off my pack, drank one of the 2 bottles, and then found that they were all empty. On I go. Bad news. Hope it doesn't happen like this all day. thankfully I was able to get water, which I definitely needed. I've got water. A couple hikers came through. One was a ThruHiker from, I think he said 76. He talked about how it was just north of here he very nearly quit. And it was like just one of those little frustrating days, and poof. But he kept it on and finished. So, but man, it was a lot tougher back there, that's for sure. Anyway, now I've got water. I've got electrolytes in the 2 front bottles, and off I go. He was commenting that the second shelter was still not maybe as far as I'd like to go. Might be a good place to stop. I'll have to check it out. Anyway, there will be water at least those 2 shelters. I can't remember the third one. First one had a pump. I think the second one had a pump too. Maybe the third one had a pump. Get confused after you keep flipping through all these things. But I filled up with about 1 liter of water. I've got nearly 3 liters now on my pack. It's going to be a lot heavier. And well, I've been here probably for half an hour filling up. So time to get moving again. I guess you could catch the train here to New York or other places. And as I walked over here, looking at the signs, I saw a water bottle, and then I saw trail magic and water. And why that guy didn't tell me I didn't have to filter my freaking water anymore, because there's water right here. Sheesh. I'm gonna dump that one bottle and refill it with this. Well, I have a Coca too. Hey, first thing in the morning. Oh, not even 10 minutes after going to the last one. Somebody left something. Water. And a book. Wow, that was very, very nice of you. Thank you. Unfortunately, no food. Waters are good though. Water is very good. Well, it's shaping up to be a great day. After having a so-so sleep. The acorn is constantly falling from the oak trees, like rain, all through the night, sometimes landing with a big thud on the fly. It was sunny. I ultimately got to water, and then a water cache with some Coke and some little granola bars, and then finding another cache with other water I didn't need. And people I've talked to so far, and the sun is behind a cloud when I'm going through these pastures, which makes for a more dramatic photo every now and then, and a lot easier to walk. The terrain has been gentle. The surface has been dirt, grass, some rock, but compared to my previous experiences in the last few weeks, this is like a dream. Now, there are some dirt clouds and there's a chance of rain later, so maybe that 10-mile shelter fellow was talking to me about might be the right place to go, and just to avoid an evening shower. Well, when I get there, I'll reevaluate and take it from there. But feels like a good day. Well, I'd originally thought I was ahead of Mountain Mystic. Apparently he had gone swimming at Nuclear Lake, and he passed by the shelter I had gone to down the valley, and beyond the pasture where I got the water, was 2 miles on. And at the railroad track where I'd seen a sign, I mean there was the Trail Magic there, but I saw the sign to Tony's Deli half a mile up the road. But I thought it was Sunday, about 8 o'clock, or earlier than that even, 7 o'clock, and I thought, oh, it's not going to be open, so I didn't bother. And as I was walking into this shelter, Riley, I came upon Mountain Mystic putting some tree branches into his neck to help keep the flies off his face and head. And when I got to the shelter, he came by and he was saying how he'd gone to the deli and ate dinner there. I said it was a fantastic meal. Apparently this is where the food truck was supposed to be located as well, that he had told me about yesterday. I wasn't sure where it was. Anyway, and he also camped there, and I did see a little sign that they had camping in the backyard. And then he had breakfast there. And when I mentioned, why I didn't go, he said, they open at 5 a.m. He said it was great food and a great deal, and it wasn't great for camping maybe, but it was right between the road and the train tracks on a Saturday night. But that was great. Plus, there was a kind of like a lawn garden type of store that I had passed when I turned left at the road instead of turning right to go to the deli. And he said that they had a hiker store that would have been closed when I was there, and an outdoor shower that you could use around back, which I wasn't aware of at all. And apparently he used it this morning. I probably might have considered it. I definitely would consider it now because I'm, shirt is totally soaked from sweat. Just from the work, and it hasn't been really hard work. But of course, you're carrying a pack and you're constantly walking and you're going up and down hills, and time passes. It's almost 11 o'clock, coming up to 11. So the next shelter, the 10-mile one, that I think is about 4 miles from here. And so it should be there 1 o'clock-ish. And maybe I'll stop there. Recalculate how far to the next one. Get hook right now, it's not showing me where I really am. I'm way up in the sky or way off the trail, so I can't use it to get calculated distances. I have to look at the mileage, do the math in my head. It can be hard sometimes. So I'm going to take one more look at the terrain, see what I've got coming up in the next 2 hours, and then I'm going to head off. Well, I'm going to fill up my water bottle at the pump here. I've already got the Aquamira poured into it. I just have to fill it up. I was hearing him pump when I started recording, and I guess he's heading off now. I think he'll probably go off to the one I was aiming for, which is like a 19-mile day, I'm guessing. Seems to be a real hiker. He's been through here apparently a few times, so he knew about Tony's Deli and the food truck and that gardening store. So things that aren't in Gut Hook or AWOL, but came from experience. So anyway, later. Oh, apparently I'm in Connecticut. Even have a little water cache, although it may or may not be full or empty. Hello, Connecticut. I don't think I've ever been there. No, Vermont I've been, but not Connecticut, I think. Let's see how this goes. One thing I forgot to mention about Mystic Mountain, he did get that Coke, and when he got to that train platform station and he saw the Trail Magic, apparently he guzzled more than one cola and a whole pile of fruit. So maybe I shouldn't feel so guilty about having the 2 Coke, because at least I left him one. The confluence of 2 rivers, apparently. The one I'm crossing over, and the faster one over there. Yeah, I can see the fish down there.
Over there you can see trout usually.
Yeah, I can see them in the water moving around, yeah. Man, I am not up this hill yet. It's about 1,000 foot. Done it before, but on the heat of the day, it's like 2:45. About 15 minutes ago, oh, maybe not even that long, I just had to stop, take the pack off, dip my head, drink a good, I don't know, quarter liter of water anyway with the electrolytes. Still have a fair climb, you can tell there. Don't know where the top is exactly. Usually when I stop, it's right near the very top. I just give up a little too quick, but I think it's my body temperature just too high. Have the energy, I've got the nourishment, I've got the water, but maybe not the will. And I just had to stop and bend over onto my poles a couple times already, and I just have to sit here and cool off. It is a hot day, made hotter by having to climb this friggin' hill, and I've got one more, not nearly as high, but steep. I've got to do, I think, twice. 2 short ones and descend. So I thought I'd be there by 4. Let's say 5 now. Later than I wanted to be. Plus GPS on the phone is not working at all. Right now it's telling me I'm back at the other shelter. So all the mileages are off. Hot. Now that southbounder who was at the other shelter, he was in the corner of the bench table when I was circling around showing the view, and back to the camera, but he left him at the end of May 31st. So it's been about a month and a half. So maybe I've got a month and a half or less. But hot body temperature. And the water I have is not warm. It's not really cold either at the moment. Coming out of the pump that I used, the last 2, the water is really cold, nice. So I'm definitely going to have to put some of that on my head when I get to the shelter, and rinse off my shirt for sure, and put the cold shirt on. Wish I had it right now. It's very hot. Not much of a view there. A little bit of a cloud. I did walk by a river, and there was a possibility of swimming. I saw people swimming. I didn't want to interfere in what they were doing in their that little area that had access to it, but maybe it would have been better. My hand is shaking, holding the phone. So, okay. Put the phone away, drink some more water. I think I'll wring my shirt out. It's probably something I can probably... No, it's not that wet yet. Who knows how much further I have to go. But ants are crawling on me, so... Just cool off a little bit more and go. almost didn't make it, it feels like. Oh, it was further than I thought. Gut hook didn't give me great information. Oh, then there was the bonking. I had to stop a second time, thinking I was further along than I was. I was much further away than I thought. At least 2 miles. Oh, I just want to lay down. Well, why don't we? Oh, I need to lay down. Okay. So, yeah, I finally dug out one of my, I call it stinger energy gels, mostly honey and whatever else in there. Thinking maybe I just needed some more energy and water. I drank water. And I proceeded up the first big hill, or to it, and it was a big one. Big down. And I thought, oh, geez, I've got to do another hill? Not as big, but... And then I could hear the thunder. And at one point, there was a lightning. I saw the lightning. It wasn't that far away from me. And the thunder was probably maybe 4 seconds, like maybe 3 seconds after the lightning went off. So it was pretty close. And then as I'm going down the quite rocky descent, I feel rain coming. So I stop and put my back cover, pack cover on, which is just to protect the tent. And I continue on. I'm thinking I'm going to get wet. I'm not going to get to the shelter and without getting wet. Blah 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 blah. And it almost immediately stopped, of course. And more thunder, big thunder. And I'm thinking, there's some sun creeping in underneath the clouds. I wonder if this might be like a few days ago where we had big thunder, but it just passed us by. It didn't really rain. I think it did rain like around 7:30, but then it was very short. So I was hoping for that. And when I finally got to the top of going up the second hill, a shorter one, I decided, okay, this is a shorter one. I got to put my energy into it, and I got to do it like nothing is wrong. And I pushed up, and I'm coming down the other side, and at some point, it's like I stopped for more water, and it's just like, oh, I am weak. And I think, my legs have enough strength, it seems. What's the problem? And I'm thinking, it's like I'm bonking, but I've got electrolytes, and I think that was the problem last time when I was biking. And then, probably not even 5 minutes away from the shelter, I stopped for more water, and I almost felt dizzy. And I realized that, I think I'm hypoglycemic, just low blood sugar. I just need to get something in, and then I'll be okay. I thought, okay, I'll run down, hurry down, what shouldn't be too much further. Set up the tent, grab water, throw my pack in the tent, put the rain cover over, climb in, do everything inside of it, eat food, whatever. I'm out of the rain. And anyway, I get here, and because it didn't rain, and skies are still pretty bright, but cloudy, I just ripped open my food bag and grabbed my M&Ms and pounded quite a few handfuls of chocolate into me, and one Sour Patch Kid. I like that stuff. I have to get more of that. Anyway, put my head down, put my feet up, recover for a bit, and okay, time to do something about the tent. So I'm the only one here. Another single person at the shelter again. So I thought, okay, I'm going to set up my tent in the shelter because the low-lying roof is conducive to hanging the bungee cords to pull the netting off my head. And I can just leave everything outside the the tent because there's no one here. I can put my food in the food box over there. And there's a pump somewhere around here with very cold water. Has to be filtered, but it's cold. And I'm going to get some of that. And I'm going to drink some. And I think I'm going to have to put some hot chocolate into it. Have some cold chocolate. Yeah, cold hot chocolate. And I got to eat something. Maybe I'll have I don't have a rice side there. I've got a couple mountain house, and I'll just probably do the rice side. I don't know if I'll bother heating the water. I'll just put water in there. It'll take longer. But I don't feel like anything hot necessarily. So, that's the story. It's 7:09 right now. And it's the 21st of July. And I am tired. Now, I did hear from the other hiker I was walking with, 3 years older than me. He was going to camp at a creek he knew about, hammocks. And he didn't want to come here because he read something about some homeless people that had been here for like a week and a half or something like that. But that was a like 2 or 3 month old posting. And any newer postings didn't mention anything about that at all. So I decided just to keep on coming here. And good thing I did because there's nothing here. Now, the nearest town is Kent. And he didn't say he was going to Kent tomorrow. He has something in the post office. And he's going to the hostel there. He said the other one is closed for a week. The people are taking a holiday. Now, I know that there were 2 I was looking at. And I was going to decide which one to go to, push on to the next town and the next hostel or whatever. But I guess if I'm going to the hostel, it's going to have to be that one. So tomorrow, maybe about 9, I'll call and ask if they have room. If they don't have room, if they have room for tomorrow. And if they have room for tomorrow, maybe I'll just zero here. Because I need to get internet, I need to get food. I've got enough to stick it out. I'll have plenty of water. I'll just be awfully bored. And my battery pack, I had wanted to charge it at the deli, but I made a wrong turn, or I should have continued on. I didn't read the instructions well enough or remember them. I should have double checked before I continued on with the trail when I had my doubt. That way I could have powered it up a little bit more, had cold drink. It might have taken me longer to get here, or maybe I just wouldn't have been bonked because I would have been recharged with a nice big foot-long sandwich and cold drink, and I would have probably bought another foot-long to bring with me to eat here, and I would have been fine. But I missed it, so I screwed up. Well, didn't think it was that important. A screw up, but in hindsight, it would have been a lot better to have stopped there, I think. You can never be sure. Yeah, I guess I'll get on with my stuff. And if I can think of anything else to tell you, I will. But I'm going to need this rest, that's for sure.